بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Dear students, welcome you all to week 11 of the e-learning program of Pakistan International School. I hope you are enjoying our informative video lecture prepared by our learned faculty members. Dear students, in the last 3 lectures, we learned a lot about the Achaemenid Empire or Persian Empire and the great kings of that empire. Today we are continuing with the same lesson and will learn more about this empire. Dear students, today we will discuss more about the Persian Empire. You will learn about the Persian society, culture, art, and influence of Persian culture on India. Feel free to ask questions during the course of lecture. Dear students, Persian social structure was strict, with the royal family at the top, followed by priests, nobles, merchants, artisans, peasants, and finally slaves. Based in what is now Iran, the Persian Empire combined an absolute monarchy with a decentralized administration, and widespread local autonomy. Dear students, prior to Zarathustra, the ancient Persians worshipped the deities of the old, Irano-Aryan religion, that would come to be known as Hinduism. Zarathustra, however, condemned this practice, and preached that God alone, Ahura Mazda, the Lord of Wisdom, should be worshipped. Persian religion is defined here as the religion that prevailed in Persia from about the 6th century BC until the Muslim conquest in the 7th or 8th century AD, and its subsequent replacement by Islam. It is now the faith of a very small minority in Persia and of the Parsis settled in India since the 10th century AD. It is often called Zoroastrianism, after the Greek form of the name of its traditional prophet or reformer Zoroaster. Dear students, the Persians were the first people to establish regular routes of communication between 3 continents: Africa, Asia, and Europe. They built many new roads and developed the world's first postal service. The ancient Persians created art in many forms, including metalwork, rock carvings, weaving and architecture. As the Persian Empire expanded to centers of early civilization, a new style was formed with influences from these sources. Dear students, Indo-Persian culture refers to those Persian aspects that have been integrated into, or absorbed into the cultures of the Indian subcontinent. Persian influence was first introduced to the Indian subcontinent by Muslim rulers of Turkic and Afghan origin, especially with the Delhi Sultanate from the 13th century, and in the 16th to 19th century by the Mughal Empire. Persian was the official language of the Delhi Sultanate, the Bengal Sultanate, the Bahmani Sultanate, the Mughal Empire, and their successor states, as well as the cultured language of poetry and literature. Mozaffar Alam, a noted scholar of Mughal and Indo-Persian history, suggests that Persian became the official lingua franca of the empire under Akbar for various political and social factors. Dear students, Persian art or Iranian art has one of the richest art heritages in world history and has been strong in many media, including architecture, painting, weaving, pottery, calligraphy, rock carvings, architecture and sculpture. At different times, influences from the art of neighboring civilizations have been very important, and latterly Persian art gave and received major influences as part of the wider styles of Islamic art. Ancient Persians were also known for their metal work. In the 1870s, smugglers discovered gold and silver artifacts among ruins near the Oxus River in present-day Tajikistan. The first political contact of India with the Persians started during the reign of the Persian Emperor Cyrus, 588 to 530 BC. Most of the scholars agree with the view that northwestern India including North Punjab was a part of the Persian Empire at that time, and the Persians remained there till 330 BC. Kharosthi script, which was used in ancient India and even used by Ashoka in some of his inscriptions, was brought through Persian invasion. The art and architecture of Persia also influenced the India art and architecture. The rock inscriptions of Persians served as a model for Ashoka's inscriptions. Dear students, today we discussed about one of the great ancient civilization of the world. They were known as Achaemenid Empire or Persian Empire. Today, we learned the society, religion, culture, impact of Persian culture on Indians. Dear students, reading lesson from textbook will enrich your knowledge about the Persian Empire. Do solve the worksheet given at the end of today's lesson. Allah Hafiz.